there's one or two Jewish teachings I'd like to share with you. And one is the interesting question that's asked, why does God create, and this is in the Talmud, just close to 2,000 years ago, why does God create only one Adam and one Eve? After all, if God is creating a human being, he could start it off with, 50 couples, 100 couples. If you can make one couple, you could do 50 couples. It's not Eve. And the answer of the Talmud is that no one can later claim that I came from the better Adam and Eve. Imagine if God created 10 Adams and Eves. And therefore, from the very beginning of the world, there were a better Adam and Eve and a worse Adam and Eve and a middle Adam and Eve. And in order that no one can claim, that no religious community, no ethnic, national community could say, we're better, therefore God creates one Adam and one Eve, because we're all coming from the same God in heaven, but we're actually coming all from the same mother and father. And again, I'm not concerned that I believe Adam and Eve existed, but even if you don't believe, the concept is something very worthwhile believing. And that what I find in what I've learned, and here actually a very important person I've learned from was actually, as I said yesterday, both my father and John Paul II, that encountering the other. And here I'd like to, kind of certainly when I was younger, the natural tendency for me, and I suspect for many others, was to try to persuade the other person, the other I was meeting, to understand why I'm right, or if need to understand the wisdom of what I was saying. And now, as I'm a little bit older, or a lot older, I'm not even so concerned that anybody should understand what I'm trying to say. Really, the challenge for me is to understand the person I'm talking to, and that to be constantly aware of the fact that when we encounter, every human being has a holy spark in their soul. Hanitzotz in Hebrew, the spark of the soul. And that when you meet another human being, you have a unique opportunity to encounter a holy spark of a holy soul that only that person has. No two sparks, no two snowflakes, no two sparks are alike. And therefore, every person I meet has something they can teach me, something they can share with me spiritually that will deepen me as a human being. And if we approach each other not as someone that I need to convince to be like me, but rather as I'm meeting you in order to touch your holy spark, then the dynamics of human encounter become on a completely different level. And